Welcome to Crisis in Perception, where we examine the systems shaping our world, one book at a time. And today, we're diving into a book that asks probably one of the biggest questions there is. What kind of creatures are we? I mean, what really makes us human? Well, according to one of the most influential thinkers out there, the answer isn't just about what we do. It's hidden in the very architecture of our minds. An architecture we can actually see by looking at the one thing we all use every single day, language. So yeah, in his book, What Kind of Creatures Are We?, the linguist and philosopher Noam Chomsky basically says, if you want to understand people, you have to start with language. But here's the twist. He argues its real purpose, its primary function, is probably not what you think it is. All right, so let's get into it. To really see what he means, we're going to start with a little puzzle. It's hidden in plain sight, right inside a totally normal sentence. And the crazy part is how your brain solves it without you even trying. It tells us something really deep about how our minds are wired. Okay, so here's the sentence. Pretty simple. Eagles that fly swim. Right? Makes sense. Some eagles can fly and they can also swim. Now, let's just add one word, just one, at the very beginning. Instinctively, eagles that fly swim. Okay, so here's the question. What is being done instinctively? Is it the flying or is it the swimming? Think about it for a second. Actually, you don't need to. Your brain already knows, right? It's the swimming. It's instant. But wait a minute. That's kind of weird, right? I mean, the word fly is right there, next to instinctively. Based on pure linear order, that should be the obvious connection. But your brain just ignores it. It leaps over fly to connect with swim, which is way down the line. And that's not a glitch. That's a fundamental rule of how your mind works. This principle has a name. It's called structure dependence. And what it means is that your brain doesn't see language as just a string of words in a row. No, it sees a hidden structure, a kind of invisible architecture. And get this, nobody ever taught you this rule. You didn't learn it in school. It's just built in. It's part of being human. So this one little puzzle opens up a huge can of worms. If our brains are built to handle this complex, hidden structure, and not just simple word order, then maybe we've been thinking about the whole purpose of language all wrong. You know, most of us learn that language is for communication, right? To talk to each other, but Chomsky turns that on its head. He says, no, its main job is internal. It's a tool for thought. I mean, think about it. The fact that it's so inefficient for simple communication, that it prefers this complex structure, that's the tell. It suggests language was built for our own internal world first, and talking to each other, that's just a handy side effect. He even has a name for this, I language. The I is for internal and individual. It's what's inside your head. So this isn't about English or Spanish or any language you speak out loud. It's the underlying operating system, the software in your brain that generates the very possibility of structured thought. So how does this whole operating system work? Well, Chomsky argues it boils down to one incredibly simple operation. It's called merge. All it does is take two things you're thinking about, say read and that book, and it combines them into a new single thing. It's literally like snapping two Lego bricks together to make something bigger. Now that sounds simple, but think about the implications. This one little operation, merge, can explain the explosive, infinite creativity of human language. It's how we can take a limited number of words and create an endless stream of new ideas and sentences. This is the engine that builds that complex hierarchical structure we saw earlier. It's all designed for maximum computational power inside your head, not for easy chatting. Okay, so if language, our most powerful mental tool, is built this way, with this specific internal design, what does that say about the rest of our minds? Does this incredible machine we have in our heads have boundaries? Chomsky puts it beautifully. He says that our minds have this incredible scope, this huge range of things we can understand, precisely because they also have limits. It's our very nature, our biological blueprint, that creates the possibility of knowing things, but that same blueprint also draws the line for what we can't know. Here's a great way to picture it. Think of the human mind like one of those old maps. It's brilliantly designed to chart certain continents in incredible detail. But because of how it's made, some parts of the world will just always be off the edge of the map. They're labeled terra incognita, the unknown lands. And this gives us a really important distinction. The questions that fall on our map, in the parts we can chart, those are problems. They might be super hard, but we have the right tools to solve them, at least in principle. But then there are the mysteries, Those are the questions that lie off the edge of the map entirely. For a creature like us, with our specific kind of mind, they might just be forever unsolvable. So where does that leave us? I mean, this whole idea of limits, it can feel a little depressing, can it? Does it mean we're just flawed? Well, Chomsky's work really asks us to flip that question on its head. Are these limits a cage that holds us back? Or are they the very key that makes understanding possible to begin with? And that really is the heart of it. For Chomsky, our limits aren't a bug, they're a feature. They are the very architecture that allows us to build knowledge. You see, a mind with no structure, no limits, could never actually grasp anything. It's the very fact that we are constrained that makes us the kind of creatures who can understand our world. Everything we've talked about here is drawn from the ideas in Noam Chomsky's really thought-provoking book, What Kind of Creatures Are We? Crisis in Perception is free to watch and listen to. And, it's our supporters on Patreon who really help fund the research and production that makes all this possible. For the full, long-form deep dive into this book and its ideas, definitely follow the link in the description. And hey, if you enjoy these explainers, please subscribe and comment with any books or topics you'd like us to explore next. We'd love to hear from you.